Yes, indeed. How does this go down with the MAGA base? Because it was America first, that's the message, yet this is further international policy, international adventurism.
Yeah, I think there's the difference between talking one way and acting another. And right now, even the Pentagon is saying that there are no plans to invade Greenland. And there's a lot of consternation within the MAGA base about what's been happening in Iran, including that prior strike we saw in Iran back in June. But on the whole, you're seeing most Americans, according to some polls, in the single digits are only supportive of this take on Greenland, whether it be through military means or others. Right now, the American people, including a majority of Republicans, are against any military action on Greenland whatsoever. And I think anything that polls in the single digits tells you where the American people are. And there's not popular support, but again, that's what he is talking about. He's talking about he's tweeting or putting posts on Truth Social. That doesn't mean he's actually committing troops. And we know from his past that he likes to go for a maximalist position and then a negotiated outcome. And the question is, what is that negotiated outcome? And I don't think this administration has really spelled that out very well.
Yes, well, President Trump raised questions as to whether Europe would come to the US aid under Article 5 of NATO. That hasn't gone down well in Copenhagen, where the Danes lost 40 plus lives in Afghanistan doing just that in the wake of September 11.
You're completely right. We forget that there's only been one time when NATO Article 5 has been triggered, and it was not to defend Europe, it was to defend the United States after September 11th. And no country contributed more per capita than Denmark in terms of lives lost working alongside NATO forces in Afghanistan. So in many ways, you could say that Denmark has been a model ally for the United States for decades now. And so again, the question is, what does Denmark do next? If you look at what the French and Canadian and European leaders have been talking about, they're talking about being more self-reliant. Now, the question is, how far do we go? What we know is that things are going to cost more. There's going to need to be more defense spending. There's going to need to be more of an investment in their security. But the question is, at what point is it completely inefficient? Because we are we're doubling up on spending that others are already doing, allies are already doing. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that there is going to be a cost to this one way or another.